The recap crew is back. Skeleton Crew episode 3, and the Force with Friends podcast is taking over Andrea's channel, or Andrea's taking over the Force with Friends podcast. I don't
I'll
know which
allow
way
it.
it's going.
Either way.
As long as I'm the captain.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
there you go. You can be the captain. This seems to be agreed upon. So, episode 3, Skeleton Crew. I can't say the word that was in the title. Like, what was the title called again? It was
Astrogation?
Astrogation. Yeah.
Astrogration. It's an interesting
Astrogration.
problem.
There you go.
Astrogration.
Yeah. I have the
can-
episode up here on my screen.
Yeah.
Let me see. What is it? Oh, very interesting, comma, as an astrogration problem.
That's hard for
Which is-
Alabama public school education.
think it's just
16 years of Alabama public school. So
I think it's just a fancy word for traveling through space.
Is
So-
it? Is it
think-
a real word?
I think it is. Yeah.
Oh,
I think it actually
wow.
is a real word. I could be wrong,
Astros
and I
in
may have
space.
just made myself look really stupid. I don't know.
Well,
I
But
thought it was a
I think it
made up
is.
word. Now I have to Google it. Hang on, let me look. Astrogration.
this
Let's
is what
see.
people.
Oh,
tune
it
in
is a
for.
real word. In science
wow.
fiction, navigation in outer space.
Okay, good
Yes.
to know.
So, it's
Maybe
space
not
navigation.
a real word, but for our purposes, it's a real word.
Yeah, it came up when I
It's-
Googled it. So,
There you go.
It's still real to me, dang it. So, what we'll do, kind of like
it's like the greatest day of all the days. And so I got like 15 of these Andor bag clips. They were $5 on clearance, but because they were half off, I got them each for like $2.50. I'm really hoping, I mostly just want Bix, and B2 Emo would be great. Mon Mothma would be fun. The rest
B2.
of them, maybe Marva, I guess. The rest of them I could like take them or leave them. But there's also 2 mystery ones that I'm curious to see.
nice.
I think I had to have gotten one of each because when you buy this many, you'd think you would pull at least one of every one. So we'll
Right.
see.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
open
gonna
3
be
of them.
quality control issue if that's not the case.
We'll see.
Let's run through some comments real quick before we get going, though.
Joshua! That's
Oh,
Joshua.
Joshua. Hello, party people. That's us.
Yeah. Party
Yeah, you-
Padawans.
You guys need to get something that says Padawan Party. That was
Yeah. It's late for you, Robbie. What are you doing awake right now?
Robbie's across the pond, right?
Yeah. It's got to be like 4 in the morning.
Gotta be watching Star Wars, though. Nothing better to do.
that's right.
Robbie liked the
Yeah, he
episode.
does.
It was
I
good.
agree.
Yeah, it was a good
I
one.
agree. I'll go ahead and say this is, of the 3, it's my favorite so far. I thought it was really good.
Okay, that's interesting
that was
because
a
you
lot of
really liked
fun.
episode 1, but you weren't as big a fan of episode 2. And this one was more like episode 2 than episode 1.
But there was a little bit of, Atten thrown in there. So that's what I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So I think it was good. Crafting on Ilum, Tiara says yurt, which is like a
Yurt.
tiny house in the woods. She actually meant yurt.
I think I like yurt better now.
I like your yeah.
I'm switching over.
Kevin, you go camping. Have
converted.
you ever stayed in a yurt before?
Never. No. No. But maybe that needs to change. Maybe that's where it's at. Yurt camping.
And then it's
Bad
3
clips.
a.m. where Robbie is.
I was
You're
close.
close.
I said 4 a.m. Very close. Yeah.
Matchbox.
That is
20
that's
should
a
write
that's a
song
committed
about it.
Star Wars fan. I love it.
I can't believe it drops at the same time overseas
know.
too.
That is
like
crazy.
everywhere.
Yeah. They got to keep the spoilers to a
Yeah.
low.
Yeah, that's fair. I want to talk to you guys about the intro part. You know when they do the little lights over the droids?
Yeah.
Did you guys see little Annie in his pod racing helmet, or is that just my imagination?
I don't pay enough
You know, I don't
attention to that.
I don't think
Really?
I paid a little bit of attention today. Like I saw some of the characters, but I guess I wasn't looking that closely. Maybe there was. I don't know.
Let me
I'll have to go back
find
and
it.
look now.
Let me find that part. I think it's at like the
might be
very
right.
beginning. I
I'll
feel
tell
like,
you,
and
I've
it's
not
usually
watched that since Mando season 1.
You just ignore it.
I started paying attention to them because I would watch episodes on New Rockstars and they'd be like, the first Easter egg is we got this droid for the very first time in the opening. And I was like, oh, wow, I never actually paid attention to that. But
To know.
let me see. I think, hang on, how do I pause it? That looked like pod racing Anakin.
They for sure had Captain, whatever his name is, Crimson Jack, Jod Nanawood. He was in there, right?
Yeah, I'll have to watch. Do you guys watch the New Rockstars Easter egg recaps?
Um,
Skeleton Crew Easter eggs in previous shows. We just didn't know that's what they were.
it's very interesting. I think that's going to be the big reveal for this
Yeah.
whole series. Is going to be the whole Atten thing. I
Oh, for
believe.
sure. Yeah, and I like your idea. Like this could have been like a contingency plan from the Emperor, right? Like if this planet's
Yeah.
been there since the Old Republic, which it seems like they're dating it more to that time period with some of the things that they've said.
With the dataries.
Yep. And then they were talking about the jewels of the Old Republic.
That
You know,
was so cool.
several planets. So
Yeah,
I thought that was really interesting.
that was cool. I need to contact a Star Wars.
Yes. I love that mural in the background. That thing's awesome.
Yeah. There's this one person that does like 3D prints. They did like the mural in Rebels and they've done like a ton of cool like replica stuff. I wonder if
Yeah.
they're gonna, I can't remember the name of it. I wish I could because I would give them a shout out right now. But I wonder if they're gonna replicate the mural as well. Or is it a
Jedi
mural?
Lex has
The
Jedi Lex
map?
has a 3D printer.
Oh, that's true. That's true. But what was that? It wasn't a mural. It was like a map.
It was a scroll, right? They had the scroll there at the end. Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Oh,
let me-
the planet ones? Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were talking about the mural
a
in
few
Fern's
months ago.
house. Because there's that one too.
Eric just hopped in. I think Eric
Eric.
just got off of a stream, maybe too. I think him and Christopher, seriously Star Wars.
You have Jim Hawkins and you got Captain John Silver. So Wim, Jim, and Jod, John, and I think someone they call him Captain Silvo at one point.
Yeah.
So that's him from the
Yeah, that's
beginning,
like his
right? From that
pirate
opening
name for the
scene.
crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's like some parallels there. It's interesting.
That's yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of references to a lot of other mediums that people are picking up on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I'm with Robbie. I don't trust Crimson Jack.
No,
No.
not a Jedi.
Yeah, no.
And that's been surprising to me is how quickly they've kind of revealed his character. I think going into the
Yeah.
show, we all thought he was going to be a huge mystery, but I think they've really kind of pinpointed him as just kind of this scoundrel, con man, pirate who apparently knows the Force to an extent. So,
Right.
which I like that. I kind of like that he may not be a Jedi and he's just some random guy who can use the Force.
Yeah, some people theorize that he was doing like fake Jedi Force tricks, like when he pulled the key at the end of
Yeah.
the last episode, and I was like, oh, that's possible because we had the one guy pretending to be a Jedi in the Kenobi
Pasha,
show.
yeah.
Yes, I was like,
Yeah.
oh, maybe like that. Although they already did that, so it'd be weird. But no, it seems like his Force abilities are genuine.
I love that he's just like saying all the Jedi cliche things at the beginning.
That is
Force
not a
runs through
Jedi
all
thing.
of us. Yeah.
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 It shows that he's been around the galaxy enough though to like
Yeah.
make his way in wherever he is, which is like a perfect scoundrel character that kind of like what y'all said. You want that in Star Wars, and he plays it to a T. Eric says he's in financial debt with all that
Yeah.
damage. Yeah, he'll never
Left quite the mess
financially recover.
behind. Yeah. Yeah. At that point, these pirates are not letting him go. They're coming after him.
Well, I was curious to ask you guys about that escape scene where he's like running into everything as he's leaving. Did you guys think that was a little performance? Like, do you think I was thinking like I think he cut a deal with these guys from his old crew that like kind of caught him trying to sneak SM-33 out.
Could be. We don't
And that-
because we don't really know how he gets away from the
That's right.
older guy that recognizes him, the Ishi Tib guy.
Exactly.
I don't remember what his name was, but
I think
Yeah.
something sketchy happened there, although it did seem like
good point.
Captain Brutus was seeing him for the first time through the window.
I
He's
think
like-
Brutus hates him. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think
Yes.
Brutus was part of that. I think Brutus would have like imprisoned him again, but whoever he ran
Maybe-
into,
Yeah.
I think they like created a little scene to make the kids think he was like escaping.
Yep.
Oh,
Which I love that
see,
scene where he's sneaking around with the
yeah,
droids. He finds the battle droid.
the battle
Yeah,
That
droid.
was a
Yeah,
did
great
that was
we?
little
good.
nod.
Did
Did
we
we win?
win?
Yeah, that was great.
You did not. No, you didn't.
How about this? They dropped like pre-show. There was going to be so many Easter eggs. Like Star Wars fans will pick up on them, but it's not like in-your-face story type stuff. And they've lived up to it. Like every episode, just like subconsciously, so many little
Yeah.
things.
Just
And,
fun
like,
nods to
yeah,
things. Yeah.
And I
it's
already
been
know
good.
so many of them are going over my head. That's why I have to watch stuff like
Yeah.
New Rockstars because I will miss all of those details if someone does not point them out to me. Or when something's in a different language, a lot of these guys will like translate it
man.
for you.
There are
This
some
is
smart
Yeah.
people out there who decipher all sorts of things. It blows my mind. I
Star
love
Wars
it though.
PhD specialists. You need them.
For sure.
Yep.
Do you guys think the other droid was also an Easter egg? The one that when he woke up was like, the prince, save the prince. Is that like a Legends reference, you think?
I'm not familiar with that. I know the droid
No,
you're
me
talking about, but I'm
neither.
not
But
Yeah.
it seemed
familiar.
specific enough that it might be like like a Legends reference that like 0.03% of the population would be like,
I think I
oh,
might have
that's-
missed that. I'll have to go back and
yeah,
I
because
didn't
he
hear that
wakes up
part.
several
Yeah.
droids looking.
Yeah.
He wakes up 3 droids looking for SM-33. So I wonder
He
if
let the Prince droid keep walking. You know,
It, was
second
it the
one, he
protocol
let it
looking
keep going.
droid?
It was
Yeah.
the one after that.
like
right?
there's like a
Okay.
dark gray one.
Okay. I'll have to go back and I missed that somehow. I'll have to go back and look.
Yeah, he wakes
Yeah.
up and he's like, the prince, save the prince. I feel
Hmm.
like that's a Legends reference. I'll follow up with you. I'll let you know
Yeah.
if it
We'll have
turned out
look
to
into
be.
that. Chat, let us know. There's got to be an EU fan in there somewhere. But yeah, I thought that scene, I thought that whole, like, I didn't care. We talked about this last week. I didn't care so much for the whole pirate planet last week. But then this week, I felt like it was
Yeah.
more fast paced. So I had more fun with it. And then the show didn't really slow down that much once we moved from there, which I'm
Yeah.
into when the shows just keep moving. So I enjoyed it.
It felt so short. It went by so fast because it was so
Yeah.
fast paced.
Yeah.
I was like, it's over. That felt like a 10-minute episode.
Yeah, it did move quick, and I think my expectation for the show has changed because, if you had asked me at the beginning when I thought they would get back home, I'd be like, well, maybe the last episode. But now that their home planet is so important, like I don't think it's going to be the last episode when they get back home. I think there's a lot of stuff to unravel there, so I feel like it
think
kind of
you're right.
bumps up the timeline of things. So yeah, my expectation for how the pacing was going to go is very off now.
I think you're right. And I wasn't expecting Ad to be a part of the show.
I love it. Yeah.
But then when they went back to the Atten at the very beginning of this episode, I was like, oh, we're going back. I didn't expect that.
Yeah.
I didn't think we were going to see Atten again until the kids did.
Do you think they're going to Atten right now? That
Do I
seems
think they're
too
going to
easy.
make it there like next episode? Probably not. I think that would be too easy.
Like, I wonder if the coordinates are wrong or something. I was kind of wondering if they're going to end up at one of those other planets, ones they said had been wiped out or something. I thought that would be interesting.
Yeah, something's going to go wrong. I think they'll probably make it back to Atten episode like 6 or 7.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Kind of like on in Ahsoka, how they get to Peridia with a few episodes to spare.
Yeah.
And so I was kind of thinking the same thing. And about the Mandalorian Grogu medley music.
Oh,
at the
no.
beginning.
I didn't. No.
Hmm.
And there's a lot of things I got to go back and check on again.
Yeah, just
Now, I'm
rewatch
not
the
the-
whole thing, Kevin.
Right.
Yeah, you
Well, I'll
do
have
it
to.
again.
Brittany wasn't here, and she's going to want to watch it, so I'll be watching it again.
Well, I'm also not the person to ask because, like, with our situation, I have the volume, like, it's not up super loud and we have subtitles on. So,
Same.
I miss a lot of stuff like that until the second or third watch as well.
Good call out, though. Thanks for telling us, Alex.
Yeah.
Yeah, now I'm excited. I have to go watch more videos about that too.
Yeah.
You know, Eric just brought up the supervisor again. I wonder if they get intercepted before they can get to the planet, because I kind of feel like,
Oh yeah.
you know, they said they weren't going to look for the kids, but I'd be shocked if they didn't send somebody out to, I mean, because they don't want to be found, right? They can't have
Yeah.
bounty hunter guy, or if
Oh.
it's just an homage to him. But I mean, there's a connection to obviously,
Hmm.
you know, Black Spire Outpost and possibly Hondo. So Bosk.
Eric. Oh, Bosk would be.
I like
good,
Bosk.
too. Good call.
He's a
Putting
good
that
one.
On screen, they should.
Yeah,
totally do
any of those guys that that we get from the OT trilogy that just stand in the lineup with Vader. Like, pull any of those
Yeah.
guys. Those guys are cool.
That would be
IG-88.
That's a good question, Robbie. Like, could it be Mando? Is this how we get him back in the game? Like but how crummy would it be for Mando to hijack someone else's show like he did Boba Fett?
Yeah, that did already happen once.
Every show is the Mando show.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him. He could make an appearance. I think it would be in poor taste, but I suppose they could.
But we would get Neil and Grogu together. So, I mean, there's...
Oh,
yes, that's true.
That would
Bring
be
it on.
cute. So many merchandise opportunities.
Right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, for sure.
It's funny.
So, greetings from Brazil. What do you think the great work is?
Yeah.
That's the million.
It's a good question.
That's like the $1 trillion question, right? For this
I think
planet.
that's probably going to be at the core of why this planet's hidden in the first place. So,
Yep.
For
Do you think the great work, like that sounds like such an emperor thing, right?
It really
Like,
does.
The
Yeah.
emperor has got this great work to
and that's
bring
such an emperor thing, right? Like to just have a plan in place for any sort of contingency. So I'm going to have this world funneling wealth to a new, to a new empire, right? Like
Order 417.
definitely an emperor thing.
Neil Gray. Yeah, for sure.
Blow people's
Party
minds.
Palps. I love that little emoji.
Party Palps.
Party Palps.
That's great.
Welcome to the Padawan party. So, really quickly, because I know we're approaching time, is there anything else we need to hit on the episode before we grade it?
I don't know.
Okay, new characters. We got Kim. I feel like
Yep.
that was the only really new character.
Trying to sell toys there.
Yeah. I was like, when I saw her, I was like, oh, it's the Funko Pop. I didn't expect it to be a woman. It kind of gave me like Maz Kanata.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
callbacks.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Very much.
Especially before you see that she's an owl, just the voice itself is
Yeah.
very
Yeah.
Maz-like. Yeah.
Yeah. And then the big eyes, only in this case, I think
Yeah.
her eyes are just big. Maz has
Yep.
like giant spectacles. But I liked her. I thought she was fun. I hope we get to see more of her this season.
Yeah.
We will, because she said call her if you need anything. So
I know,
she's
but
for
then
sure
she
coming
didn't
back.
give her anything. I'm like, how is she supposed to call you?
Oh, that girl's got something from the
Okay.
KB's got something from that whole thing. She like knows everything.
Fair
She's
enough, fair
she's
enough.
the smart one on board for sure.
Yeah.
She's paying attention.
Yeah, she's good. She'll figure it out. I'll just say I gave last week's episode an 8 for episode 1, and then I gave episode 2 7.5. I think I've got to give this one 8.5 to be, because the way like we do
Okay.
rankings is like subjective to the season. So like I've got to go 8.5 at current state. I loved it.
Because it's your favorite so far.
Fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've pegged myself into a hole for this one.
But there's room to grow. There's still you
Yeah.
can still go up to 10.
Yeah.
What would I rate it? I might agree with you. I think it was, but it felt short. I don't know. It went by too fast. I feel like it should have been a 30. How long was it? 30 minutes? Should have been
It
like a
was
35.
30 something, but it came out to about a half hour.
Yeah.
Before the
Once you
before the credits.
Throw in the credits. Yeah.
Yeah, it flew by. I'll give it an 8 again. I would say I would rate it the same as the last one.
I think I still like the first episode a little bit better, which I gave a 9. I really liked the first
Yeah, you
episode.
did.
I just thought it was a great introduction. There wasn't a whole lot more I could have asked for an introductory episode to set up the story and the characters. So, but I like this episode. So I think I'm with Andre. I think I'd give it an 8. It was fun. It was quick, but it left a lot of good questions. So.
Mm-hmm.
8s across.
I mean, I'm excited for next week, right? Isn't that what we want? That's
That's the
goal.
true test, yes.
So
Speaking of which, I don't think we're going to AT-AT.
No.
I think Robbie, we're going somewhere else.
I think they're either gonna break down, somebody's gonna catch them, or I wonder if that patch was maybe not originally from AT-AT, the one on Ferns,
Oh,
and maybe it's gonna take them to one of the other worlds. I don't know. Because that patch, she noticed that patch for something. I can't remember.
it
what the deal
showed
was
all
with the
of
patch.
It had like the language on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she was able to like
Just really
connect it to a specific like culture
Yeah.
in her archives, it looks like.
So I just wonder if that wasn't actually from Adatin. Maybe it's taking them to a different planet. I don't know. But no, I don't think they're making it that Adatin. I don't think they're making it next episode. So
Well, I guess they narrowed it down to 10,000 planets, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard to narrow it down to one with just one patch. So yeah, they
That's
might
almost
be
all
going
of them,
somewhere.
though. It's like 99.9% of the planet.
you put it that way. Yeah.
Yeah, statistically. Yeah. Well, I have a fun segment for you guys. So it's not
Alright.
actually my back clip segment. That's
What?
like a little thing at the end. No, I had
Mystery
this.
segment.
Yeah, I had this fun idea. I put together some memes from the show. So you guys get to read those now. Some of them
I
are
love
more like,
memes.
oh, that's interesting, more than they are funny. I'll be honest, I had a hard time finding memes from the show. I was like, where
So
are the
new, yeah.
memes? Yeah, it's like, you know that meme of the Death Star kind of director in the white lab coat?
Yeah.
And he's like, are we blind? Deploy the memes. that's how
Yeah.
It's
that's
funny.
how I felt. I was like, where are they? Okay, so I'm gonna make the screen bigger.
That's so good.
That's terrible. I love it.
It's
Skeleton Crew.
awful.
That
I
is
was-
terrible and hilarious.
It's not the
Oh,
right
man.
picture,
That's-
though. Show
that's
the
a good one.
skeletons.
That's a
Most
good
of
one.
the memes that refer, and there's tons of these skeleton crew with like Aunt Beru and Uncle
Oh,
Owen.
man.
Most of them
It's terrible.
show the skeleton on Tatooine. It's awful, but I was like, no,
The
that's
O-
pretty funny.
The OG Skeleton Crew.
This is so good.
Eric appreciates the dark humor, but no, it is funny.
That's funny.
Get that thing out of my face.
Hmm. You think it's turning even the maybe I'm trying to figure out the best word to describe
Critical.
the more critical side. Yeah. You think it's turning them? I hope so.
Well, this was me. This was my experience. I was not super enthusiastic about this show. I was like, it looks too different. I don't think it's going to feel
Yeah.
like Star Wars. It probably is going to feel like Star Wars ET, but it's been fun. I did laugh.
Yeah,
I'll
it
laugh
has.
at
Robbie, these aren't the memes we're looking for.
Nice.
No, where are the memes? You know how in Mando season 3, every week there was a meme of like episode 1 out of context,
Yeah.
episode
Yes,
2 out of,
yes,
and there'd be
yes.
like a crocodile. Yeah,
I do
and
remember that is
Yeah,
those are
I
good.
was-
all of the Jurassic
I
I like
Mm.
those.
where is that guy? He needs to come back and do those for Skeleton Crew. Where did he
The
go?
Acolyte may have broke him.
Ugh, maybe. But I think he did it for Acolyte too. I remember seeing some
There were
for.
some pretty good ones for that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need to pull him out of retirement. I need more memes, more out of context memes. So this is a play
Oh, my
on, you
goodness.
guys know the Leonardo DiCaprio
Yeah.
meme where he's like,
Yes.
hey.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
we have to go back to Atten.
I love it.
That one's good. That
This
one's
one's-
I'm gonna be like Oscar and be like, actually, that looks like the First Order one there. That's the Leo DiCaprio. It's actually different letters.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. And the first one's that's a ATST, isn't it?
ATST,
Yeah.
They didn't even get it right. Well, yeah, but
Come
it's
on.
the
Get
it's
past
the
that.
ATAT like one
Right.
that's like, hey,
Right. The pointing. Yeah.
yeah, like that's
What is
me.
this? Amateur
Yeah.
hour.
Come on, at fresh.pins. Let's get it right.
Oh man.
But I think this one might be my favorite of all of them.
Neil is everyone's
That's
favorite.
awesome. Yeah, we
Neil's
were
great.
we were saying before the show, my wife's a casual Star Wars fan, but this is the show she's gotten into the most. So I think there's just something about it that people are liking. So
I love that. And meanwhile, Ashley hates it.
I know what happened. I'm gonna have
She
to have Brittany
also-
talk to her about
She
that.
hates Revenge of the Sith as well. So I mean,
Oh no, Ashley.
There's a lot of drama.
We need to
I'll give her
host an
that.
intervention, I think. Revenge of the
like, why do y'all
Sith.
like Anakin? He's a terrible person. And I'm like, well, he did a bad thing,
No.
but he's misunderstood.
All of
Alright,
those
here's-
things are true.
Here's the next one. It's kind of similar.
That's good.
The
So
light
this
deck, or
apparently
the
is
holiday special thing.
Yeah.
yes, from the holiday
Yeah.
special. They have like similar projections that the Wookiees look at. So in this
funny.
case, it's the Wookiees being like, "Hey."
That was
funny.
pretty good.
I still like the AT one better. There's something about the
Bad
AT-AT
at me.
being the one that's pointing that's so funny to me.
Yeah.
Oh, this isn't a meme per se, but I thought this was a cool thing from Will of the
Diamond
Forest.
Figs.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a nice
Yeah.
little
Diamond
Ode to
Fig
Rebel.
/ Will of the Forest. So shout out to Will of the Forest for this one.
Yep.
So did you know that some Jedi temples could lower down and bury themselves in times of danger? Rebels fans sitting up in their chairs.
that was pretty good. It
I
did
felt
catch
that.
my attention. I don't know if I sat up, but
No, yeah, it's a good little
got my
throwback.
attention.
Nice little callback.
It is.
Hello, Galactic
there.
Cantina.
Hello there. I think is that our first hello there from today?
I think
That's
it
our
is.
second.
Yeah. Oh, is it?
All right. Well, here we go
Hello there.
for the first one.
That's great.
All right, let's see what's next. Oh, have you seen Rebels under LLJK? Robbie, that's not funny.
She just hasn't finished the Clone Wars.
Yes, that is true. But no, I do. I love Rebels and the Lothal thing.
Mm,
Okay, waiting for
so true.
episode 3 of Skeleton Crew.
I feel it. Yeah. Yep.
That was
That's
all
good.
of us.
Yeah.
Adorable
That's-
meal.
Yeah. Hello
another
there. It's
hello
too late,
there.
Robbie. We already got the first one. Oh, I mean, I sent the emoji like forever ago.
Yes, it was.
On par with some of the Yeah, I agree. Loved it. Also, I subscribe to this. All the Neil.
Yep.
Yeah. Tony really likes Neil too. I've been watching his reactions.
Yeah. Tony bought a Neil Funko Pop after he renounced his Funko Pop collecting. He bought a Neil.
Yeah, he's been boycotting the Funko Pops, but he had to make an exception for Neil. I love it. So this one was relatable. That's why I threw it in.
Oh man, I hope not.
That's so good.
I don't think we'll get to that. I think they're gonna.
It
keep
hadn't
the
gotten
show
dark that
light.
dark yet. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't think it will.
Yeah,
They'll
it doesn't
have
feel
their
like it'll be
version
that kind of show.
suffering, But yeah. it won't
Oh, I
be.
think there'll be some big emotional beats, but I don't think it'll get too dark.
Not as sad as like Andor. I don't think.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, and I think this is the last one.
Claimsies. That's pretty good.
That's really
Unclaimsies,
that one.
claimsies. Yes.
On his entire
That
collection.
was
That's
such
funny.
a good interaction. And Neil
Yeah.
was like, yeah.
It's such a kid thing, right?
Yeah.
Just the made up rules. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah, like when you call shotgun. Well, it's the rules. You gotta follow them. Neil Nation.
Yeah.
Oh, I agree with that. Yeah. I love when we can feature the aliens. It's makes it feel more foreign.
Yep.
Eric has enjoyed the memes. Good, I'm glad.
They've been
out.
good. They've been good.
So for next
Checks
week, do you
out.
guys want me to gather these again, or did you guys want
Yes.
to take a stab at the
Yeah.
memes?
I love some memes.
I'll
So,
do it. I'll be the
Yeah.
Grievous of the memes. I'll collect them all.
And if I see any, I'll
Nice.
send them to you.
Oh, but then it won't be a surprise.
Oh, never mind
It
then.
won't be a genuine reaction. No,
Yeah,
no,
yep. You
send
got to
them
get the
me,
real
send them to me.
reaction.
No, it'll be a surprise for at least one of you. Will, if you send me a
That's
meme,
true.
it'll be a surprise for Kevin and vice versa. So it'll
Fair
work.
enough.
Yeah. Well, good. I'm glad you guys like the memes.
Well, I mean, have we got bag clips? I mean, I've been waiting 43 minutes
Yeah.
for these bag clips.
All right, let's do it. So, like I said, I got a whole bag in here of bag clips. I'm only going to open 3 today. How many do I have exactly? I gotta have like 12 or 13 of them. Let's do this one on the top of the pile. So I'm hoping for Bix. You guys
B2.
hoping? Bix? Kevin, are you
Yeah.
hoping for anything in particular?
Oh, I love some B2.
Yeah, I'm going
B2.
B2.
Yep.
All right, let's see what we got in
You're probably going to
bag
get
clip.
Cyril, though. No one likes him.
I kind of liked him. I thought he was kind of funny. He was an empathetic villain, at least.
Eating his blue cocoa puffs.
His cereal. And we got, oh no, the worst one.
Deirdre. Yeah.
Oh no. I kind of like the back of this, though. Like you can see her little hair bun.
Oh yeah.
The
She's
detail.
standing at attention. It's funny.
The bag clips are the reason Robbie's staying. Hey, me too.
Yep. That's fair.
Me 2.
It's not recap crew anymore. It's bag clip crew. Deidre Miro, LOL. Yes. All right. Baggie number 2. Hoping for Bic still. Let's see.
You go 3 Deirdres or whatever her name is.
No.
Oh, gosh.
My gosh. It'll be like
put
Mace
that out
Windu
there.
all over again. I got 6 Mace Windus when I got the Attack of the Clones, and I never
Oh.
got Anakin or Padme. It was mayhem.
Eric is manifesting it. Here it comes.
Love Deirdre. All right.
She is an
Baggie-
intriguing character. I'll give you that.
Yeah, she is.
Please.
All right. Baggie number
please.
2. We've got. Oh.
Ezra
There you
Bridger.
go.
You know, it does kind of look like.
There is a likeness there. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I agree with you. It doesn't look super like Cassian, but I think that's what they were
Yeah.
going for.
Yeah.
A character from The
It's
Chosen.
close enough.
From The Chosen.
Oh,
Exactly.
man.
Well, that's a good one to have, I guess. Main character.
Uh-oh.
I feel like you got to have
Uh-oh.
Cassian. Yeah.
Star Wars Order. All right, last one for the day.
Here we go.
Let's see. Bix. Or mystery one. I'd be happy with a mystery one too. Let's see. Ah,
There
we
you
got
go.
him. Yay.
That's a win.
It is. That is a win. Love it.
Robbie
Tim
threw
likes
down the
we open all
ultimatum.
baggies.
No,
That's
Robbie, we
funny.
gotta save some for later, and we'll end on a positive note.
That's
we
a
got.
good one.
I
like
That's a
that
really
one.
good one.
Yeah.
It's fun, and it was only $2.50 because it was half off of clearance. Party
Can't go
foul.
wrong.
Yes.
Can't go wrong. Well, guys, that was a lot of fun. I'm loving
That it was.
the positivity out of Star Wars. It's a good time to be had. So, again, we will be here next week, same time, most likely. I'll check the rumors for like what time the runtime for the episode. Odds are the same time. So, thanks again for joining the recap crew, and we will catch you next time.
Yeah. Thank you guys.
See y'all later.
Bye.